Hello everyone, welcome back to Build with Temi. And today's topic is something I honestly wish someone had told me when I first started my business. And that is the fact that if you want to grow your business, you need to stop solving low-level problems. I know it sounds simple, but honestly, we can get caught up in the everyday operations that we will never really have time to grow our business. And that's why it's important to talk about it. Today, I'm so grateful for the growth my business has experienced. And like you all know, if you know about my journey, I used to work from home. For the first 3 years of the business, I was at home. And it was just this year we got our own office space. And during that period, there were times when I was doing every single thing by myself. I'll be the one to post on Instagram and other social media platforms. I'll be the only person to also respond to clients. I was customer service. I was also the lawyer that is going to work. I was the admin. I was operation. I was practically everything for my business. I remember one particular day, it took me almost 2 hours to post one reel on Instagram because I think Instagram was having issues, or maybe my Wi-Fi was a problem. I was trying different things and I was so upset. By the time I was done, I was exhausted. The worst part of that day is the fact that I had contracts to write, I had clients to follow up on, I had so many other important things to do that I couldn't do simply because I wanted to ensure I posted on Instagram. And it didn't have to be so. Getting a social media manager would have resolved that issue for me, and I would have been able to focus on other things. I will be busy from morning till night. I would be so tired, exhausted, yet my business was not growing because I was focusing on solving low-level problems. I'm sure you are wondering and asking, so what are low-level problems? They are those tasks in your business that keeps you very busy, but they are not particularly revenue generating or strategic. They just keep you busy. Example of it is you having to give every single person money in your organization. Like someone is going out, maybe someone is going to court now. I'm the same person that will give them the 5,000 naira that they will use for transfer. Another person needs data. I'm the same person that will transfer 2,000 naira to them for data. We need to post on social media. I'm the same person that will sit down and start posting on social media. Those are low-level problems. This doesn't mean that low-level problems are not important. They are important, but they are not so important that you absolutely have to do them. You can train somebody to learn how to do all of those things. You can delegate them so that you can free up yourself and free up your time so you can concentrate on doing those things that will move your organization from where it is today to where you want it to be. Now that we know what low-level problems are, let's talk about what high-level problems are. These are things that grow your business. For instance, how can we ensure we have 50 new clients before the end of the second quarter? That is a high-level problem. Should we expand our business into another state, another continent? Should we expand our niche? How do we close more high-level clients? Those are high-level problems, and those are the things that should be occupying your time as the founder of that business. Now that we understand what low-level and high-level problems are, it's important I share the tips that help me shift my mind from solving low-level problems to thinking like a CEO. Number one, I audited my time. I first of all went to go and buy a diary. I now sat down and started writing all the things I wanted to do. The first time I looked at it, I was shocked. Most of the things I wanted to do were very low activities, like posting on Instagram. They were activities that any other person with little training and monitoring could do. Those were the things I filled my time up. I was busy, but I wasn't particularly productive. Two, I started delegating properly. I delegate. In fact, I think one of my problems right now is over delegation. I ask myself whenever there is a task, do I absolutely have to do this? Is this a task that needs my own expertise, or there is someone else that can do it? If there's someone else that can do it, especially when there's someone else that can do it better than me, that person is the one that will do it. I'm not going to spend my time and energy on that particular task so that I can focus on other things that matters. And when you delegate to people, don't micromanage them. If you need to take 3 months to train a particular employee that you have hired so that they can understand how you work and how you want your things to be done, take out that 3 months. It will be worth it in the end. Don't delegate to people and start babysitting them, micromanaging them, calling them, monitoring them. At the end of the day, what's the point of the delegation? So delegate and delegate properly. Number 3, I built processes. If there is anything that can be automated, it is automated already. I pay for technology whenever I need to because I cannot spend that time. Even I can't hire someone to be spending time to do things that can be done by themselves, that do not need human beings to actually sit down every single time to do them. I have templates. I have things that make things easier for me. So I do not have to start to do some things from scratch. Number 4, I let go of my savior complex. There was a time I used to think only me can do this, only me can do that. But one of the things I've come to learn is there are many people that can do many things better than me. Like there are some things that only me can probably do, but there are a lot of things that other people on my team can do better than me. And I don't even bother myself like, oh, if I don't do it. No, you can do it better. Please do it. Because more often than not, you're stifling other people's creativity. You're putting only that your own one mindset, one form of creativity into the work, and it's even causing more problems. So let's go of the savior complex. Yes, you build the business, but allow it to grow. Finally, I block out time to think. In fact, I don't even negotiate that. At least 1 or 2 hours weekly, I will just sit down with paper and biro. Nothing more. It's in those moments I get those ideas that are like, that's the next thing. That's the next thing, You have to actually take out time, seclude yourself away from any form of distraction, away from people, away from even your family members. Just be by yourself and just be thinking. Those ideas will come at that time. The truth is, your business can honestly not grow without you. But your business cannot grow if you are everywhere in the business also. You need to begin to behave and think like the CEO of the business. You need to start solving only high-level problems. You need to be so intentional about your time and your energy. If by the time you finish delegating all the work, you don't have anything to do, read, sleep, think. Those are things you can do. I can assure you, by the time you do these things, the things you're supposed to do, you will know them. And that's all on this episode of Build with Temi. Thank you so much for watching till this point. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I know you like this. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Very, very important. You need to subscribe and share it with as many CEOs as you know. Even if you're an employee in an organization with a CEO that micromanages, you can just drop it on your group chat or just put it on your status so that your CEO will see it and learn from this video. I want you to tell me in the comment section, what low-level problem are you going to be delegating this week? Mention it in the comment. Finally, don't forget to send me an email if there's a personal thing you want to discuss with me. Maybe it's about this topic, maybe it's about something we've spoken about in the past. All you need to do is just send an email to buildwithtemi@gmail.com. Until I come your way again next week, I remain Temi Odeyeka. Stay blessed.